Hey, it's Laura at Hyperstamper. I am actually redoing this video because I've added a bangle to it. Somebody had requested I put a bangle on it, and after I did, they ended up buying another one of my journals instead. So this was going back up on Etsy. But I did add a few things to the inside as well while I was at it because I can't leave anything alone. So this is a cover from an 1856 book. It's the original leather here. It is so worn and beautiful. The spine was off the book when I acquired it, and I had made another junk journal that sold a while ago out of the back piece. So I got these beautiful wooden pieces that were the decorations on a dresser from the 1800s. So I thought they went together really well. I just added some linen to the back and the spine, and added this new bangle I used vintage beads from old vintage necklaces and some ribbon that's removable. So you can take that off and reuse it. Let's take a little look inside. Everything in here. You're so sick of hearing me say that if you follow me, but I do need to say it. It's all authentic, antique, and vintage ephemera. I don't use anything commercial or fake or digital downloads. It's just my style to use the real McCoy. There's a few tea-dyed pages, but that's the only thing that's not antique. So here's a really pretty journaling tag that I made out of a 1930s stamp and a vintage dictionary page. It's an antique book page pocket. And look at how cute this is. A little child colored this back in the 1930s. So I just added a little spot on the back to journal on as well. I try to hide journaling spaces in all kinds of places in my journals. Lots of fun clusters. One of these very rare color bingo cards from the 50s. This game didn't quite take off. So there are very few of them, but I think they're gorgeous. Little flap there that you can tuck anything you like under, and some ledger paper from the 1920s. And I love the hand stamped corners, of course. More vintage dictionary pages there and recipe pages. There's a vintage doily I turned into a pocket, and I used about 3 different kinds of antique ephemera on that tag. Isn't that fun? It's got a little map on there. Love it, love it, love it. 1955 American Highways Road Map Atlas, and a botanical book page here from a vintage 1950s book, and a really old playing card there. I love it. It's really, really well loved. Let's put it that way. 1890s Demarest Family Magazine book page, and all different houses here. These are cabins. Isn't that wonderful? The summer camp theme. I love it. There we go. And we'll just keep going here. These are all the flip sides and the signature, and just some antique paper there with the wonderful cluster up here. Oh, cool. The word stencil. I love that in the dictionary. This is a really fun receipt from 1953 from Jean's High Grade Ice Cream Parlor. Another cluster. This is an antique music sheet turned into a pocket. And in here, I just put in this really, really pretty, I want to say this is early 1900s, before 1910, just a little children's book page. And I didn't have the heart to cover any of it up. So you can do with it anything you like. Just enjoy it or turn it into clusters, mixed media. A 1930s community chest card, one of the originals. Theater arts page from the 1950s, and this is from the very early 1900s here. Just made this little journaling card here out of a dictionary page. Dictionary page. Or was an encyclopedia page, so I think it's encyclopedia. There's a vintage wildflower book from England. That's a little loose page there, and a 1942 ledger page here, which there was an attendance roll call from the Beacon Lodge. Another children's book page here, and a wonderful 1920s photograph. Picnic at Highland Creek. Isn't that great? I love that so much. And then, let me go put that back in here. There we go. And then here on the flip side, we have this wonderful page from a 1920s student scrapbook. And she did a little project here on trees, and this was maple syrup, making maple syrup, which is kind of fun for me being a Canadian. Here's a Pearl Shop receipt. Don't forget, when you order one of my journals on Etsy, you get free shipping in North America. and they're extremely reasonable. And I actually get comments of, can I please raise my prices to be in line with others? But I really do get a lot of my ephemera for free, so I pass that savings on to others. There is a 1930s Paris, France almanac page, and there's another little clipping from that scrapbook, student scrapbook from 1926. Isn't that hilarious? I love it. Sewing pattern instructions, vintage, and here is a plate from the early 1900s, United States of America. There's another 1940 attendance roll here, and this awesome 1950s magazine page. Isn't that great? Full double-sided there, and then just a really fun little advertisement from a magazine I turned into a journaling card. 1950s stamp collector's page, a little journaling envelope here, shorthand page for those of you who know shorthand is, and lots of fun clusters again. Lots of wonderful colored and aged antique book pages. There's a vintage bird book here. That's from 1904. And in here we have more little journaling things, more little fun advertisements from magazines. And that brings us to the back. So that's going on Etsy again, upgraded. Price stays the same. And it's hyperstamper.etsy.com. I hope you'll visit and I hope you'll subscribe. Thanks.